I almost forgot to talk about this. It's the Hall of Fame, the Blues Hall of Fame.
Oh,
because you had classic photos of you and Robert Plant and Priscilla Presley.
Yeah, that was cool.
So I was at the Lafayette's Tommy Awards here last year, which was their first or inaugural award show. Tommy being the previous owner or the owner that passed, and Steve came up to me and introduced himself. I said, "Well, I'm Dan." He goes, "I know who you are," and I'm like, "Holy cow! Here's this guy is the house photographer. He shoots all the big like Samantha Fish shows and stuff like that."
Right.
And but anyway, he and I just buddied up, man. I mean, just hit it off.
Shocker.
Well,
I mean, it keeps coming back to that.
He's loaned me equipment, and then one day he calls me up and says, "What are you doing on September 15th?" Well, that was 2 days prior to the Cooper Young Festival, and I'm thinking, well, that's a Thursday night. Wow, what you got? I said, I'm free, and he says, well, we're at the Memphis Music Hall of Fame, and he said, I need a second shooter. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then
I like that terminology. I need a second shooter.
Yeah. Well, he was the main shooter, right?
Sure.
And so I was just the second guy. Well, he was out front at the stage, and my job was we had a backdrop in the backstage. And so as the celebrities came off the stage, it was my job to round them up and, hey, let's get some backdrop pictures,
Nice. Meanwhile, he can stay inside. And
so he's out front shooting the show. And in the crowd. And so I had already met Priscilla. I got to shoot them prior to the actual show down in the hallway of the dressing room. And then they came off the stage. Actually, I was standing right beside them on stage as Priscilla was getting ready to be inducted. And when they came off, I got their shots and all this. And another guy had I'd kind of buddied up with. They had to walk down this hallway and kind of wait for a break in the action before they walked back to their table. And so my buddy was down there and he goes, come on. I said, are they still there? And so, man, I took off and I'm getting my phone ready for, a selfie. And I walked down there and Robert was, and Priscilla were talking to, actually Jerry Lee Lewis's manager and his brother, J.W. Williams and his brother. And so I just kind of went up and I was like, hey, Mr. Plant, do you mind if I get a selfie? And Priscilla kind of started to step away. And I said, no, ma'am, I want you in it too. And JW goes, he said y'all. And so anyway, man, I just
common Southern term.
Boom. And
did you have a chance to talk at all?
We really didn't. I wished we could have, but I did hear him speak. I didn't get
That must be surreal.
Sure. I really didn't get
It must be surreal.
Really didn't get to have a conversation per se, but yeah, I got Priscilla. Ronnie Millsap was there that night.
Oh,
so
awesome!
I got pictures with Ronnie Millsap. I took their pictures. So that was a fun night.